Welcome to Sunday morning. It's Vernon, Harwood and the team with you till 12 o'clock with the very best from the great outdoors. Got a special guest on the programme. Details to come soon. Special guest today from Countryfile is Matt Baker. Matt has been recording Countryfile's summer special, and we were there, so we'll find out a bit more about Matt. Matt Baker next. In around about 25 minutes from now, we'll catch up with the man from The One Show and Countryfile, and of course for a generation of kids, he was the star of Blue Peter as well, after this. Now, we've been looking behind the scenes at the filming of Countryfile, the BBC's flagship rural affairs programme, this weekend, because the programme's summer special has been filmed at the Cotswolds Show on the wonderful Bathurst estate. The whole team were there, Adam and John Craven and Tom Heap and Ellie Harrison, and of course, Matt Baker. So I managed to grab Matt for a few moments to talk about how the summer special was going.
Well, at the moment, it's raining, so it's going to be a soggy summer special. But hopefully, obviously we're going to be celebrating the wonderful British summer weather that we're having.
Very appropriate.
But anyway, the idea is we're here at the Country Show, and we want to try and give an example to our viewers of what we like to do in the summertime. So, the great thing is obviously with shows like this, we're at the Cotswolds Show at the moment, and the beauty is, you get to see all the different aspects. You've got animals there, you've got archery we've been doing this morning. There's a great history to the place here because we're looking into, obviously, war history as well. Lord Bathurst, we're going to be chatting to him all about the World War I connections, and also he has a very personal connection with World War II and his grandfather, so we're going to be having a chat about that as well. And looking at the weather, John Hammond's here. Appropriately, it's raining, but he does keep telling us that the rain's going to go. So
he always says that.
Yeah,
he says that to all the girls.
But it will be special.
That's the most important thing.
Yes, exactly. As long as it's special.
It's the summer, according to the calendar, and it will be special. Now, I know that you are incredibly busy, aren't you, with the One Show and Countryfile as well. How do you manage to fit it all in?
Well, my life is it's like a military operation, really. I've got my Monday through to Thursday on the One Show. Thursday night, then, I go off to location, and wherever it could be, if it's the Outer Hebrides. It's a long way, sometimes these distances from the studio are a long, long way, but I've got to get there for dawn. That's the deal. Get there for dawn on Friday morning and just crack on. And then I do 3 films in a day, which in telly life is a lot. You might not think it, but it is. Because we normally only have one camera, so when you think of the repositioning that has to be done and the content we've got to cover, and also distance between stories as well, because we, might be in one county, but one story might be on one side of it, whip across to the other side. So, it's a lot. My life is incredibly busy, but I think the eclectic mix that I've got, I love, because I've got that live feel with the One Show. You get a real buzz from that. There's a lot happening in that half an hour, and then you've obviously got the relaxed feel of Countryfile and the fresh air that I till the end of my week off with. And then I've got a family that I try and squeeze in between, which
we don't see you very much.
It's hard, but I make sure that I do the school run every morning, and we kind of have our mornings as an evening. It's a bit weird. We sort of sit down and have a meal at breakfast, and I go out and do, get waterproofs on and go out and play football with my son first thing before school, and try and get, because it's really important to have that family time too. So I'm very conscious of that. It's really important to me.
Now, everybody knows, right back to Blue Peter days, that you grew up on a farm in the Durham Dales. How often do you manage to get back?
To be honest with you, not as much as I would like. It's at least every month. It has to be every month, but I'd like to be back even more, and I think it's so important, really, for me just to get up there and close the farm gate and just be like I was well before all of this started, and I love, with the breeding of the sheep that we've got and what have you, and I feel a real kind of heritage there that we've concentrated on for years, and it's a great reminder of what life is about. And I feel I'm a practical man anyway, and I just want to, I love doing jobs, and that's the best way to relax for me, just to do stuff, to get out on the tractors, and
a bit like Adam, of course, Adam Henson, is that farming is so much in your blood that you can't resist, even though you've moved south, you're in the Chiltern Hills now.
Yeah.
You've got a bit of a small holding going on.
I've got land there with sheep and chickens, and it's a bit funny actually, because we talk about moving stock from the north to the south to winter it down here where it's warmer. So much to Molly, my daughter, we have a Shetland pony up on the farm, and she's desperate to bring him down, and he's getting older, so he'll probably end up down here soon enough. But it works. And actually the place that we found up in the hills it feels very real, and it's good countryside, very close to London garden, and you can work it. It's good land to work, and that's what I like. It's it's practice, good, it's worth it land.
Now, I know that Countryfile seems to film in the West Country. It almost seems to be every third or fourth week, and a lot of people around here still talk to us about when you surfed the Severn Ball.
Oh, aye. Yes.
Really? What a film.
It was incredibly refreshing. It was really, I remember the excitement before we set off, and there's a real kind of camaraderie around the people that are about to do this thing, and it was remarkable. And actually we had it's all coming back to me now. You just mentioned that. We sat in a pub the night before, and you hear the rumble as it comes in, and everyone's like, oh, I mean, the pub's chatting about it, and everybody goes out into the pub garden and hears this wall of water coming down, and because it was dark, I didn't see it, and then I had the worst night's sleep of my life that night, because I've just had images of this enormous, like, size of a house wave coming down.
Tidal wave.
Yeah. And then we eventually the next morning got out there, got the old wetsuit on, and again, you're wondering why, it's because you're just waiting for it. And suddenly this wave comes in, and I managed to I got a little bit, I'm not a brilliant surfer by any means, but I managed to pick it up, and I felt the back end of my board coming up, and suddenly, woo, we were off.
And it really pushes you as well. That's the amazing thing.
It does.
And it's what else is in that water. So there are trees, there are television sets and sofas, and goodness knows what else.
So true. And you just sort of, you're dodging, not only you're dodging all the people, and sometimes you've got canoeists there, you've got surfers, general swimmers, but as you say, general debris. But it was fun. It was fun. That was actually, do you know what? That's been a real highlight of my time.
Really? Yeah. And that must have been 3 or 4 years ago now, at least.
Yeah, definitely. But I think it is that the root of it is the power of the landscape and the beauty of it, and it being such a natural phenomenon, and to experience it in the way that we did, was something I'll never forget.
How did you get on with the archery here at Cirencester Park today?
Oh, all right. I can put a little spoiler on and tell you that I popped the balloon.
Very good. Don't say that every day, do you?
But no, it was good fun, actually. Ellie and I had a go. And actually, off camera, Ellie she's gutted because she did pop it a few times.
She's incredibly competitive, that woman.
She is. She's lovely, actually. I really like Ellie. We get on really, really well.
And she's local to here, of course. She lives just down the road.
She knows.
She could have virtually walked here.
Yeah, she was just telling me, actually, just before we were having a chat here, that, she knows the Bathursts. So she was giving me the inside track on them, because I'm just going to go off and interview them now.
Enjoy the summer special. We'll look forward to seeing it on the telly on the 10th of August.
Yes, thank you very much, Vernon. Cheers.
Countryfile's Matt Baker, and we'll talk a lot more, incidentally, on the programme today and in a few weeks' time about the Countryfile summer special. One of the other